on some of his upcoming work, using the technology as a way to create demos for his ideas.
I'm in an era where I'd be like, okay, I got a vibe. This sound, this might be a vibe for Gunna. I'm hearing a big orchestra on it. I do the record first. Now I program the orchestra.
Wyclef has been very busy lately. He has a series of 7 albums, each focusing on a different genre of music, releasing this year. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
He steps to the mic with a boom, ping, ping. Wisdom sharper than a beast's fierce sting. Words like fireflies that light the night. He turns the dark into blazing bright. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, all the airwaves king. Shake the ground, unveils the truth where lies abound. Politics, justice, social streams. He molds the chaos into dreams. No silence here, just the sound of change. Boom, ping, ping, rearrange. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, all the airwaves king. Through the static, through the noise, he amplifies the people's voice. Boom, ping, ping, like a heartbeat's call. He's got the wisdom to break down walls. Yeah. Da, 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 da.
Welcome to the program. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. Let me tell y'all something right now. Don't get me excited. Don't get me too hot. Don't get me yelling and screaming and getting me in the upper register of my voice, because I don't have a whole bunch of voice left. I'm hoping with the arrival of our very good friend Denise Thomas at 9:30, yes, she's going to be in the studio with me. She can do most of the talking while I'm trying to recuperate some of this damn voice now. Now, this also means I might not be taking phone calls from some of y'all, because some of y'all get on my damn nerves. Got me yelling and screaming and screaming and yelling, and I'm trying to stay right within this safe little vocal range so I can get this voice to last not just through today, but tomorrow and Friday. Monday, I am not here. is I will be commemorating the holiday in which we celebrate and rejoice the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I'm glad to have that day off. Let me tell you why. Because over the years that I've been doing radio, it's tiring to have to work on a national holiday just because you're black and you're supposed to. That's number one. Number two, the other one where y'all ain't gonna see me is on Juneteenth Day. Over the years that I've been involved in this endeavor, whether it be this radio station or other radio stations, you know, Milwaukee has a big old Juneteenth Days celebration, parade, festival, all of the things. That is a national holiday. That, to me, is more significant than the 4th of July. We would never ask anybody to work on the 4th of July, now would we? But why is it, for some reason, if you're African American, let alone a member of the black media, not only do we work on Juneteenth days sometimes are like 10 and 12-hour days, and to that I say no more. In 2026, let me tell you what I'm doing. Here's my New Year's resolution. Sherwin is going to rest. I ain't got nothing to prove no more. I'm not going to be one of those people, well, I need to go to work even if I don't feel well because I got to put in a whole bunch of extra hours and work really hard. Working hard is for the birds. Now, hold on now. When I'm here, I work my tail off. But I'm not giving any more of myself to anyone or anything that I have to give. It's called self-care. You know what I mean? Rhea, I want you to take care of yourself, too. You got to look out for yourself now. Shout out to Rhea.
Hello.
And then whoever the hour 2 and hour 3 producers are going to be. Takes 3 of y'all to do what one Ricky did. Ain't that something else? All right, I got some good news for you. But don't worry. By the time the show is over, I'm likely going to spoil it with some bad news. Can we table something for a second? I do want to come back to something at some point in time. I had a conversation about my personal thoughts, feelings, and sentiments about the police and policing. And I think that my words on Monday about police and policing were, I'm not going to say taken out of context, but offended some people. I, at some point during this show, want to quantify with number and then qualify my sentiments about the police. Because, you know, we got a former police officer that works here, 1017 The Truth. And he very much, you know, I'm talking about the Dr. Ken. Shout out to Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken loves the police so very much, and he used to be a police. Some days I think he still is a damn police. But he made some remarks regarding my commentary on the police. And, yeah, I kind of dragged him into it a little bit. But I do want to give a little bit more clarity and detail because the police take a tremendous amount of our money. A tremendous amount of our tax dollars, whether they be property tax dollars to a lesser extent, sales tax dollars, and our taxes are going up in an environment where incomes are staying flat or going down. And the question I would have to you now, it's a rhetorical one, for the amount of money that we invest in law enforcement and their pensions, do you feel safe? Are we getting value for our money? Because what is the point of having money and spending money and investing money if we're not getting no damn value from it? It's a very complicated social conversation, but it is one that we need to have. Let me table that for a moment. Give y'all some good news. Y'all look like you need some good news. From the Journal Sentinel, the Milwaukee metro market has one of the country's hottest housing markets heading into 2026, according to an analysis from real estate marketplace Zillow. Milwaukee ranked 10th on Zillow's list of the hottest U.S. markets for 2026, which tracked the growth of home prices, speed of home sales, and percentage of sellers who sold above their asking price compared to those who had to cut their prices. I'm very bullish on the city of Milwaukee. Those of us that live here, we see a lot of the negative news and we see the crime and the homicides and the reckless drivings. And if you're like Rhea, you've had 75 cars stolen. And we're focused on those things, but that's good because we want to rectify those issues. But if you are from somewhere else and if you are unfamiliar with Milwaukee, these are always the best visitors. The ones who have never been here before or they only heard a handful of things about this city. If you show them downtown especially in the summer with that lakefront and that beautiful art museum and the lounges and restaurants and bars and cultural attractions. This really is a great city. Now, do we have our challenges? Absolutely. Can we get through most of them? Maybe. Depends on leadership and depends on how much and how willing we are to roll our sleeves up. But I think this is something to be proud of, that we have a hot real estate market. But here's the thing. It's not going to be hot forever. So keep that in mind. And if we, those that live in this city, some of you are renting, some of you do own your homes, but if we are not taking advantage of the hot real estate market in the city of Milwaukee, investors will, hedge funds will, absentee landlords will, and so will Joe Barata. Now, hold on. Now, I'm not coming down on Joe Barata because that's a complicated conversation, too. I know this much. Some of y'all are bad renters. Now, I'm not saying he's the best landlord in the world, but I've seen what some renters do to their property. Hell, I've seen what some renters do to the outside of their properties. But if we are not taking advantage of our real estate market here, because buying a home is the best investment that you are going to make, even though it seems like it isn't, it seems like it's seemingly an impossible task, it is simply the best investment that you're going to make, because you're going to be paying money to live somewhere. Now, here's the question. Who are you going to pay? Are you going to pay someone else who lives somewhere else, whose interests are something else, or are you going to pay yourself? Milwaukee ranked 10th on Zillow's list of the hottest U.S. housing markets for 2026, which track the growth of home prices, speed of home sales, and percentage of sellers who sold above their asking price compared to those who cut their prices. As of October of 2025, a typical Milwaukee area home is valued at just over, that's a lot, $369,000, and that's up 3.7% from 2025. Zillow expects the Milwaukee area home values to rise another 2.1% in 2026. So roughly, home prices will rise at about the price of inflation. Half of Milwaukee area listings sold above their initial asking price, while just 17% cut prices Zillow found. This is all very good news. I would like to attribute this to somebody. Can we give the mayor some credit, even though he didn't really do anything? How are y'all feeling about Chevy? We haven't really talked about Chevy much. Should I get him on the show? Chevy ain't been here in a while. Not sure how we feel about our forever mayor. Maybe we'll get Chevy on the show and let him plead his case. Milwaukee is the only Midwestern metro to make the list, which is dominated by Northeastern markets like Hartford, Connecticut, which ranked first, followed by Buffalo, and then New York City, where they now have a Democratic Socialist mayor. Let's see how that works out for them. Quote, Milwaukee stood out from the rest of the Midwest in this index thanks to high pass and expected appreciation, as well as strong competition among buyers last year, said Orphe DeVognay, senior economist at Zillow. That's what they told the Journal Sentinel in an email. Milwaukee had the third highest appreciation among all major metros in 2025 and the sixth highest expected appreciation in 2026. So there's a list of houses that the city of Milwaukee has. If I'm not mistaken, it's either the Department of Real Estate, which might be a subset of the Department of Neighborhood Services, or one of those other city departments. There are literally dozens, if not hundreds, of tax foreclosed properties that the city of Milwaukee has taken into receivership. Now, some of these houses need a tremendous amount of work. Some of them don't. Some of them might need a new porch railing, or they might need new gutters, new siding. But I always made sure to check that list whenever I could, because there's some real serious income potentials and the ability for some homeowners to own their first property for really, really cheap. So when you get a chance, go check out the City Department of Real Estate, because I want everyone to own a home. We are better off in neighborhoods where there's a majority of home ownership because, well, not everybody, but some people have a tremendous amount of pride when they own their home. They're much more likely to pick up garbage and take care of the yard and invest time and effort in the curb appeal of their home because they own it and they're paying a lot of money for it every single month. And it stabilizes neighborhoods. If you own that house, you are much more conscious of some of the BS that might be going on outside of your window. Home ownership stabilizes neighborhood. In fact, it is one of those significant kind of occurrences where if you have more homeowners, you will need less police. Take a break there, come back, continue with the good news that if you live in the Milwaukee metro area, you live in one of the 10 hottest real estate markets in the United States of America. You're listening to The Truth with a Sherwin Hughes that has a little bit of a shaky voice, but don't worry, we're going to get through it. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Milwaukee Black Talk.
You don't want to be there. You don't like the work. You don't like the people. Now, there are some differences. The only difference is modern American slavery and capitalism versus 19th century. We were dramatically more primitive back then. And a slave that is able to buy their freedom is the same as the disaffected, disgruntled worker that is able to buy their way into entrepreneurship because that for them is free.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Got some good news if you live in the Milwaukee metro area, and if you are a homeowner or potentially going to be a homeowner, this is one of the hottest real estate markets in the country, and rightfully so. Even though I'm not crazy about the fact that our property taxes are increasing and mostly going to a public school system that is leaving a lot to be desired, we also spend a tremendous amount of our property tax base on law enforcement, but it's nuanced, though. I'm looking at some of the negative things, even though it's balanced out by the fact that this is a hot real estate market. Compared to other cities and other metro areas, you can get into a house here in the city of Milwaukee or the surrounding. I'm not even going to count the surrounding areas because the suburbs suck. And people that live in the suburbs know that the suburbs suck. The suburbs only exist because people are afraid of diversity and critical thinking and diverse political thought and colleges and universities that exist in the city. Why you'd want to live in a suburb is beyond me. I say that because I grew up there and would never go back. But we have to invest a tremendous amount of money in law enforcement, which adds to the very, very high dollar amount that we pay in taxes. So if there is a drawback, it is our taxes are very, very high. But if you compare us to like Chicago, oh, it's a total no-brainer. Now, I just wish that we had more investment in public transportation, making it easier for people to get around the area because we spend so much money on our vehicles and road improvements and all that other stuff. That takes income from people that would otherwise spend that money at local businesses or have more money for their investments, their retirement, etc. I am not crazy about the taxes going up because I am not seeing anything tangible with the additional money that we are paying. But I think if you consider all factors, you can live a fairly decent life in the city of Milwaukee with a household income of $100,000, which sounds like a lot, but if you have two incomes in a household, it is manageable. Got some information at some point I'm going to share with you. I keep saying I'm going to share information at some point. I'm going to end up running out of show. The percentage by race of individuals and households that make over $100,000, because I think that there is a misconception about how much money people actually make. And so when I looked this information up, I was shocked because I had an understanding, I thought, of, especially with African Americans, how many of us make six figures. I thought the number was way higher because we are more educated than ever. We own more businesses than ever. It seems that we are doing dramatically better financially, almost regardless of the era or the decade. Now, there's swings. Whenever there's an economic recession or depression, we know that African Americans are impacted most severely, but we seem to be incredibly economically resilient, or at least I thought. So I'll get to that information in a minute. I think you'll find it hopefully as interesting and as insightful as I did. The Milwaukee area housing market has long favored sellers, according to the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors. Rising demand and a shortage of new construction has kept inventory levels well below the threshold that makes a balanced market. So every now and again, we'll talk about low-income housing. Personally, I'm a little torn because I know that there are some, let me be diplomatic when I say, perceptions of low-income housing. But people have to live somewhere. So this is a question I'm going to pose to all of you. Just because someone, for whatever the reason, maybe they're irresponsible, maybe they're underemployed, maybe they're unemployed, whatever. If someone does not have a lot of money, does that mean that they do not deserve a decent, clean, and safe place to live? That's a simple yes or no. And if you agree that people do deserve a clean and safe, decent place to live, then we have to figure something out about building low-income housing. But here's what I come to find out. Nobody wants low-income housing in their neighborhood because they have an understanding or a perception of what that may bring. And I can't fault anybody, especially if you worry that your house that might be worth, well, according to this article in the Journal Sentinel, on average $369,000 with no low-income housing in your neighborhood, and then a low-income housing development or Section 8 apartments go up in your neighborhood, and your house that is valued at an average of $369,000 is now valued at $269,000. I can understand from an economic and financial standpoint why you would not exactly be thrilled. The other part, though, is we seem to forget that we live in a community, and our community is very diverse. There's good people, there's bad people, there's nice people, there's giving people, there's takers, there's all sorts of people. But because we live in a community, sometimes we have to make decisions and sacrifices on behalf of the community, which is really, really hard to get people to do because we're all so incredibly individualistic. Rising demand and a shortage of new construction has kept inventory levels of homes well below the threshold that marks a balanced housing market in Milwaukee. In November of 2025, the Milwaukee area needed an additional 4,360 housing units to reach a balanced market, the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors' most recent report found. So we got to build 4,300 new houses. I guess I could tell you a couple of stories that might be discouraging of when you have market rate apartment buildings. There's some apartments in the city of Milwaukee that are $1,500, $1,600, $2,000, $2,500 a month for rent. A portion of those, maybe 10% of the units, maybe 25% of the units, might accept Section 8, meaning someone is only paying 30% of their income to live in an apartment building where some people are paying market rate in excess of $2,000 a month. I just want you to think practically for a moment. Now, we still got to figure out the housing shortage we have in this city, and sometimes offering low income and accepting Section 8 vouchers at $2,000 and $2,500 a month apartment buildings can kind of ease the burden on the housing shortage that we have. But then there's a social cost. If you're a person who, let's assume you're single with no kids, you got a good job where you can afford to pay $2,000 a month for rent plus your other living expenses, right? It's a lot of money. You have an expectation of peace, of quiet, of cleanliness, whatever goes into you paying $2,000 a month for rent. Now imagine the person who is underemployed, who only makes $1,000 a month. So their whole income is half of what you pay for rent. Just humor me for a moment. They're paying $300 a month, so 30% of their $1,000 income to live in an apartment building in which you were paying $2,000. Do you think for a hot second that the person that is paying $300 a month is going to have the same level of respect as the person that is paying $2,000 a month? Absolutely not. I've seen the difference. I've gone to some of these buildings. There's a video that I posted, which I'm glad I took it down because it was too controversial. There's a building called the Buckler. It's right on 4th and Michigan. And these are high-end $1,800, $1,900, $2,000 a month apartments. But then they also offer Section 8. So people who are making $1,000 a month are only paying $300 to live there. Well, there was some kind of gathering or a party, and you can tell that the people that had this gathering or this party were individuals who were paying 30% of their income, and it was an entire mess. There's a culture that people sometimes bring when their incomes are lower. And I'm not talking about race here. This is a class thing. But it's something that we have to figure out if we want to increase the available housing in the city of Milwaukee, because no one is going to build here. Not to mention, we don't have much available land to build in the city of Milwaukee anyway. Let's talk to Alan. You're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you, Sherwin?
Hanging in there. What's on your mind?
I'm listening to you about the developments here with that Section 8 stuff. That's one of the main problems that we're having over here with this development of this school. All they talk about is that, but you and I both know if you got money, you're not going to pay good money. You're not going to pay a rate to live in the middle of a playground, and B, you're not going to pay $3,000 a month for a condo, and the guy below you is paying $500. Exactly. You're absolutely right about that, man. That's my biggest bugaboo with these guys.
So what are they, because you're always all over the place, Alan, when you describe the gripe you have with the developers. So there's a school. Are they trying to convert the school into low-income housing? Is that what they're doing?
Well, here's the whole thing that happened to us. I'm going to just be real quick about it. No nuance, no nothing. What happened is there was no community notification whatsoever about the original plan to rezone this, right? I found out the day of the rezoning meeting back in 2019. And when I went to the meeting, this is my main gripe. Hamilton never told us, but he wasn't there, and none of these developers were there. Not one person from somebody who wants to do a multi-million-dollar deal was at a meeting. But all of the other entities who were doing different things, who were on the agenda, all were there. They all had their aldermen there, or there was a video about it, and then they all had a presentation of what they were going to do. These people did not show up, and they were going to drop the gavel on that thing. And that's when I got involved. I really got involved by accident because they never told us. My neighbor told me. So anyway, we've been going around about them, around and around and around. And, I can't say certain things that my wife and neighbors will say in a meeting.
Like what?
But they,
tell me something
I'm
you
not
can't
say it because I can't say it.
Why not?
I can't say don't play the black card with me. Can I?
Well, you just did.
Well, not in a meeting. You told me to say it.
How does somebody play the black card? Give me an example as a white guy how you think somebody plays it.
Well, how they play it, how my neighbors thought it, and how my wife thought it, and how everybody around there, and how I think it is. You have somebody who looks like my neighbors, right?
Your neighbors are black.
Guys do, of course.
Okay.
So they have some black people come in there and front a company, right? Supposedly front a developing company, and then they sell the neighbors on all the good things that are going to. They sell the community, I should say, on all the good things that are going to come along with this development. But what they forgot, and what they don't realize is most of they come in the neighborhoods and they do this over and over again. But what they didn't realize is where we live, everybody owns their homes, and almost everybody who who's in the affected area, even up and down the street.
How was that playing the black card,
Okay.
Alan? You lost me on. I'm trying to figure out how somebody was playing the black card, and you're talking about a developer.
Because they bring in people who are not them, right? They bring in somebody to front their company who looks like the people they're going to impact. And they think that the people they're going to impact are so stupid they're going to fall for this malarkey. But this time it didn't. Then they still don't. They still have not notified us about anything. We just had a meeting 2 weeks right before Christmas, the Thursday before Christmas. The only way I found out about it was my alderwoman called me. Her representative, Angel, called me and called my neighbor and said, "There's a meeting. You guys should have got your notification." I said, "No, we didn't get any notification." So I walked around. I asked everybody around the block. There's like 17 of us. They're the only ones they care about. And not one person got their notification.
All right, that's enough. All right, thanks, Alan. We're not going anywhere. Now you're just making it a personal issue. But thank you for your call. I don't even know why I ask him stuff. Do I spy Denise Thomas? Well, look at that. I'm going to take a break, come back, be joined by Denise Thomas. She misses you guys. I'm sure she has a lot to say. Hopefully she doesn't make me get in the upper register of my voice because I don't got much voice left. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, soon to be joined by Miss Denise Thomas. We'll be right back.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the second annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We're rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the second annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousins Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
been here 1,000,001 times talking about you ain't ready. You're supposed to be born ready, Denise Thomas. Welcome.
Stay ready.
Welcome back to the show. It's 101.7 The Truth. How you doing?
I feel good. It feels good to be back in your studio on your show. Am I loud? Well,
yes.
No, you know what I mean. Coming through the mic.
Your levels are perfect. So what's new? You wrote a book?
I did.
I didn't read it. I've been busy. I'm going to read it.
As long as you received it.
I received it. It was wrapped very nicely.
Who's the sender? Come on now.
Thank you, Denise, for the book.
I would never send you anything less than excellent.
Are you sure?
You deserve it.
Thank you. I do. Somebody finally recognizes
me. Yeah, you deserve it.
Appreciate it.
You should have saw the holiday bundle promotion, the box that we did for holiday bundle.
I can only imagine. You just go above and beyond with most everything you do. That's a part of your brand, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's why I love being black.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because we go above and beyond, and still we keep winning.
Not all of us.
You know what?
There's a whole...
That's true. That's true. No, you're right.
I think we had our opportunities, and some black folks don't know how to recognize them. So I put up a poll on the YouTube, or actually Rhea did.
What's wrong with your voice? Are you sick? Oh, my gosh.
I'm not.
The Affordable Care Act has not been up. Like, what is that? When is legislation?
Well, it's no longer affordable anymore.
Right.
But the YouTube poll I have up is asking people if affirmative action should be banned in Wisconsin. So come November, there's going to be a ballot referendum, and the Republicans in the state of Wisconsin are following suit of the Trump administration. So they're going to put on the ballot if affirmative action should be banned in the state of Wisconsin. Not only banned, but unconstitutional. So if black folks had opportunities to apply ourselves and to be excellent, we may be losing some legal protections for affirmative action if this referendum actually passes. And here's what it would take. It would take something like 55% of white people to vote for affirmative action in order for it to stay intact, and they're not going to do that because guess what? I don't think all black folks are going to vote to keep affirmative action intact. So that's something that is coming our way in the Wisconsin legislature.
Dear black people.
Oh, here we go. A letter to us.
I would say this. When Vice President J.D. Vance made the public statement earlier, no, it wasn't this year. It was probably the latter part of 2025. We don't have to apologize for being white anymore. This is how that translated to me. We don't have to apologize to be racist anymore.
Correct.
And so when you have the second most powerful decision maker in the free world making a statement so brief, so direct, but yet so impactful, that is the clear billboard to America to say, look, I mean, anytime you have military presence on the streets. Mm-hmm. I mean, President Trump is doing exactly what Project 2025 said he was going to do. And quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned, in this country, so here's the thing, Sherwin. I think there are way more good people in America than not. I do feel that America is a country that the majority of Americans, regardless of race or ethnicity, want to do good and have core values and moral compasses that are for the betterment of humanity.
Okay.
What we did was we allowed our decision-making on November the 5th or the 7th of last year? 2 years ago, the presidential election. Was that the 5th?
Give or take.
Yeah, right? So we decided that we wanted to vote for somebody who we thought was going to be a good businessman.
Yeah, and a lot of black folks did too. Or they were rebelling against the system.
Thank you.
Or a lot of black folks would say, oh, the Democrats haven't done anything for us. To some extent, we put ourselves in the situation that we are in, and now we don't like what ultimately happened with it.
What do you mean to some extent? We put ourselves in this situation. There is no... It is what it is, Sherwin. We got to quit being nice to each other, and we got to quit forgiving and acting like we got to be explicit. We failed.
So when J.D. Vance says we don't have to apologize for being white anymore, which is permission for them to be racist, I guess here's a question I want to ask you. Do white folks owe us an apology? If you're a poor white person that can't afford rent, you can't afford to buy groceries, but we see you and we assume that you have all these grand privileges other than the benefit of the doubt when you get pulled over by the police. Because a lot of times black folks just blame white people just because they're white. There's some white folks that are doing way worse than us. And they feel some level of responsibility because we're always talking about how every single white person we see is racist, which we know is not true. But could you understand how white people that had very little, like whatever power they have or lack thereof, that they didn't create these systems and these structures? Now they were born into it and they get some benefit from it, more benefit than we do. But can you see how they might be fed up with having to apologize for being white?
Well,
do they owe us an apology?
To answer your first question, I'm not looking nor waiting for an apology from any white person.
And even if they did apologize, nothing changes.
And that was going to be my next statement. And because at the end of the day, you know, apologizing and forgiveness are two different things, often correlated. One comes after the other. But I don't need an apology.
What do you need from the whites? What do we want from them? Not that they would provide it.
Peace.
Oh, leave us alone, I guess?
Yes.
But then if they leave us alone, then they're not going to hire us, they're not going to promote us, they're not going to give us opportunities, they're not going to give us contracts. So what do we want from the white folks?
So here's the thing. Look, we got to reframe this. I'm so glad you said it that way, Sherwin, because we have, as a population, we have to reframe our mindset. White people in this country benefit more from black people than vice versa. I don't care you could come to me with all the. Listen, if black people today literally said, we're packing up, we're going to Wakanda, I'm being funny. Do you think that this country could survive if every black person literally said, we're done, we're building our own community, country, whatever. Bye-bye. How long do you think America would last?
America would keep going because then they'd relax their immigration policy. A lot of us can be replaced by Africans. A lot of us can be replaced by Nigerians. A lot of us can be replaced by people from the Congo. A lot of us can be replaced by people that have a country, that have a nationality, that come here already educated. Can we all be replaced? And we also got to keep in mind that we're only 13% of the population.
Because African immigrants, when they come here, they don't come here to work in hospitality. They come here to be doctors, lawyers, scientists, college professors.
Sure.
So that right there, that's...
So yeah, they could replace us.
No, they couldn't.
We're only 13% of the population. Like, just using raw numbers, if 87% of the people in this country are not black, now would some things be lacking? Of course. Would music suck? Would entertainment suck?
Keep going.
Would we have less cultural influence?
Keep
Absolutely.
Going. Who's cooking? Who's cooking good food?
At the end of the day, the economic systems, white folks don't eat our food. The economic systems that exist in this country would persist without black people. And here's the other thing. If we all left, not only would they relax their immigration policy, they would pay those immigrants less money. Because black folks, you got to pay us. Or we're leaving or want to start our own job. If we all vacated, they would bring people here from Mexico and Ecuador and Central America and South America and even places in Europe and would pay them less money. Do I think America could survive without us? Would it be a crappy country? Of course. But that doesn't mean that if we black folks all went somewhere, that don't mean that we going to live in harmony.
So I'll say it this way then, because you do bring up some valid points. White America may be able to survive without black Americans, but thriving and winning and being like the greatest country from both an economic and operational standpoint, no. Because let's just go back to the Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
The number one product during the Industrial Revolution, I know many of us have heard this, many of your listeners have heard this, was cotton. Who was picking it? So I'm just like, the foundation of this country.
Yes.
Especially from an economic standpoint, contrary to popular belief, is because of not even cheap, because you bring up the word cheap, free labor.
No, I don't disagree with that. So the economic floor that gave America its economic superpower did come from
blacks.
The hundreds of years of chattel slavery. But if I fast forward to right now and I look at what is comparable, like what is creating the wealth that is sustaining the United States right now it's technology, where we are decidedly absent, and that scares me because when I hear black folks talk about their fear of artificial intelligence, that worries me because if we don't have more of us involved in this new burgeoning technology, we're going to get left behind, and it needs our cultural influence just like everything else in the country did. I got something I want to ask you, Denise. I've been waiting to ask you this.
Okay. Can I just say this really quick?
You can say whatever you want really quick.
Please, dear black people, especially for the younger generations, like the millennials, the younger millennials, and the Gen Zers, or excuse me, the younger millennials, go get a trade. HVAC, plumbing, roofing, because that AI will never be able to replace.
Yeah, but that work sucks.
It pays very well.
So does prostitution. Here's what I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to take a break, but I'm going to ask you this question. They call it the black politeness trap. How black anger in the workplace is penalized while white anger is reframed as leadership, passion, and assertiveness. I'm going to pause right there because I know you got a lot to say about the politeness trap. My special in-studio guest is the effervescent and multi-platinum Grammy Award-winning author, Denise Thomas. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at HAWS Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact HAWS of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
New year, new savings for property owners. Odom Investments and Property Management is kicking off the new year with a special offer you don't want to miss. Half off your first month property management fees. Whether you own one property or a full portfolio, let our experienced team take the stress out of managing your investment. Start the year strong and save money today. Call 855-ODOM-WAY or visit odomhomes.com. That's odomhomes.com.
Day one, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day one is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
More of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
They call it the black politeness trap. how black anger is penalized while white anger is reframed as leadership, passion, and assertiveness. I feel like I need to give a disclaimer because less enlightened people that don't critically think very well might think that some of the things that I'm about to say, and I take responsibility for my words, but some of those folks who are less enlightened might think that I'm a racist. I'm really not. But I see things, as do you, Denise, that white people simply are not equipped to see. I'm going to put this out here, and then I want to take this right over to you, Denise. If a black person works for a company or a corporation, and let's say they're above middle management, they are highly promoted, respected, and revered. You can work with that black person for an hour, a day, within a week. You know what they're good at. You know their core competency. You know why they got hired and why they got promoted because it will be evident in the words they use, how they carry themselves, the professional jargon they use, et cetera, et cetera. I have worked with white people for 5 years and still don't know what they're good at. As long as they are loyal to whatever the company motto is, they can be mediocre, which is fine. But even if you're mediocre, damn it, you got to be good at something. You're like, I need to be able to learn something from you. You can't just be average. Black folks will never get hired nor promoted, especially above middle management, if we're just mediocre. And that's the part that bothers me. A black employee gets animated in a meeting and is labeled as aggressive. A white colleague does the same thing and is described as passionate, direct, or a strong leader. Same behavior, different consequences. This appears courtesy of thelevelman.com. Why is the same emotion interpreted so differently depending upon who expresses it? Denise, have you ever been labeled aggressive?
Come on now.
I don't know, maybe. I think you a little
labeled
kitten.
me as aggressive.
No, I think you a little kitten. You a little sweetheart is what you are.
Yes, I have, to answer your question, yes.
Why do you think that is?
For all the reasons that you just described. Here's the thing about why this happens. Perceptions about black professionals in the workplace, especially in the predominantly white corporate environments, you have to understand these are not about you as a person, which is so messed up because we internalize it. We'll take it home. It's like this emotional, laborious disease. And we have to understand that these are long-standing racial stereotypes that have been rooted in white people's minds versus us as individuals. So oftentimes you're like, why is it that when I say this in a meeting, I'm labeled as aggressive or disruptive, but my white counterpart, again, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with those stereotypes that as black individuals, we have to navigate every day. It is exhausting being a black person in a predominantly white, especially corporate environment. It is. And so for all the fellow white brothers and sisters that are listening, if you think it's difficult to hear, try doing it every day. And also combined with that, Sherwin, is the fact that a lot of, especially white people that see themselves as superior, they can't see us as emotional, vulnerable humans. They see us as these like angry, aggressive, threatening terrorists in the workplace that are here because we had to check a box.
I also believe, because white folks ain't stupid. They might be ignorant to some things when it comes to race specifically, just like men are sometimes ignorant to things when it comes to women. The reason why I believe our passion, our emotion, and our anger intimidates them, because they know exactly why we're angry, because I know how they talk about us in our absence. And you got to keep in mind, to graduate from just about any like public or private high school in America, you got to know white people's history. Not ours, theirs. So they know that we know everything about them. We also know how we have been treated historically, and they know that too, because that is where their pseudo-superiority comes from. So when we get angry, they understand why we get angry. And quite honestly, if they had to deal with a fraction of our oppression, they would burn it down. Let me give you one example. Hell, they thought that Donald Trump won the 2020 election, and they tried to overthrow the damn government. And that was just an election loss. Imagine if they got treated as less than or less than credible, or if their ideas on the job were not seen as the same as somebody else's, they wouldn't be able to handle it. So I think the reason why they get so intimidated when we get angry is because they would be angry too, and they're just waiting for us to pop off and act like they do. But I think that also goes to show when Barack Obama was president, there's a whole bunch of stuff he could have done to white people. He did do one thing.
What?
He put an additional 10% tax on tanning booths, and only one Republican caught it. One Republican was like, yo, this is the most racist thing I've ever heard, because think about who goes tanning.
I didn't know he did that.
So not only did he take an additional 10% and put it on tanning salons, he used that to pay for the Affordable Care Act, because African Americans were the most underinsured racial groups. He was like, oh, if you want to look black, you're going to pay for our health insurance. It was one of the slickest things that he did, and only one Republican member of Congress stood up and was like, wait a minute, this is racist. But that was the only person that actually noticed it.
I did not know that. Another moment in Sherwin Hughes.
And now we got to take a break. We're going to come back. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes and my esteemed co-host for the next, I don't know.
Whenever you kick me out.
You can stay here till Friday if you want to.
Hey!
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for hour 2.
Truth Nation, 1017 The Truth is proud to partner with the Marcus Performing Arts Center to celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., live from Eline Hall. On Monday, January 19th at 4 p.m., join us for the 42nd annual Martin Luther King Jr. birthday celebration as culture, community, and conversation come together at one of Milwaukee's most iconic stages. Be a part of a powerful day honoring Dr. King's vision with the award-winning 1017 The Truth, live from the Marcus Performing Arts Center.
The revolution starts in our mind, right? You know when Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution won't be televised? Like he didn't mean that you won't be able to watch it on TV. He means the revolution starts in your mind. You nincompoop. Y'all been running around saying that for 60 years. The revolution won't be televised and didn't even know what the hell it meant. It starts with us.
Let him cook. Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
I was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome to hour 2 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. My esteemed in-studio guest, Denise Thomas. I was saying to folks earlier, Denise, before you got here, I hope that we can keep our conversation reasonable and civil, because I don't have a lot of voice, and I can't have you getting me all up in the upper register of my voice, because I need this voice to last for 2 more days, because you know how you be sometimes, you aggressive black woman, you.
Oh, look, I told y'all, he calls me aggressive all the time. Sherwin, and we'll get into this later, because I know we're talking about...
You're not aggressive.
So you and I had a conversation Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve. It was one of those days.
It was a long one, too. We chatted for a long time.
We chatted for about an hour.
Yeah.
It was, y'all, the conversation went so long, I had to get out the phone because my mom had just finished cooking dinner, and I had to be mean, and I sent Sherwin a picture. You still have that picture?
I still got a picture.
Woo! Wasn't that picture fire? I sent Sherwin a picture. My mom had made salmon croquettes, fried apples, macaroni and cheese. Well, she calls it the stovetop macaroni and cheese when it's not like the real macaroni and cheese. And some, I think it was greens. And I straight took a picture and sent it to Sherwin.
The things you do, Denise, to try and win me over. I don't blame you.
I'm still trying.
I know it. Good luck.
So as people are either at work, going to work, maybe even leaving work, that work in predominantly white environments, and I'm going to actually direct these questions. Let me scratch that, y'all. I'm going to direct these questions to anybody who's listening to Sherwin's show who is a people leader or a people manager. Okay. Would you describe the aggressive behavior the same way if that person looked different? Would you react to what the black person said the same way in terms of it made you feel uncomfortable if that person weren't black? Are you reacting to what the black person said, or are you reacting to how uncomfortable it made you feel that it was coming from a black person?
I mean, we need an example. So let's say we're at a brainstorm meeting, because corporate America loves brainstorm meetings. And somebody comes up with an idea that we know has been tried before and it's failed, but it's a familiar idea, but we know it's not going to work. Let's say the company is trying to get to profitability, and somebody brings up something that we've tried in the past and it hasn't worked. And if a white person, because this is a free-flowing brainstorm corporate America meeting in the big boardroom with the big old mahogany table, and a white person stands up and says, that idea is BS. And they say it with authority. They say it with their whole chest. We are much more likely to look at that white person and say that idea was BS and be like, tell us what you're actually thinking. As opposed to the black person that stands up and says that it's BS. Now, hey, calm, everybody. No. You need to watch your language. That's the best example I can possibly give. When a white person says it's BS, I want to know why. When a black person says it's BS, it's like, who do they want to shoot?
No lie, I can't even get it out.
Because
no
I've said BS before in a meeting for Sherwin.
Now, if someone says it to you, if you are a black person, or this is generally speaking, because as a communication coach, I'll tell people that if you are someone who constantly, which a lot, especially black women get, if you are an employee who every time you open your mouth to speak gets interrupted by a white counterpart, that's where you say, I would appreciate if you let me get to the end of my sentence or the period. And I would also appreciate if we keep this dialogue fact-based and not feeling-based.
That's a good one.
Thank you. That's why I do what I do, brother. But yeah, that's because here's the thing. Stereotypes come from an emotional aspect. It's very emotional because it's like one of the emotions is resentment. How are you able to keep showing up How are you able to keep working in an environment that I have intentionally designed to destroy you? And so every time that you even think about speaking up, and I'm being very dramatic, but I'm sure all of us that are listening or watching can relate. Because again, when Black professionals speak up, we risk being labeled aggressive. If we hold back, then we're labeled as disengaged or lacking leadership presence. And so what this creates for Black professionals is a no-win scenario that white counterparts or colleagues, they will never, let me not say never, very, very, very unlikely to experience. And so when you say, how come there's not a lot of Black leaders in corporate America? It's because we're too busy. Like we can't demonstrate our ability to lead because then it's, well, that's BS.
I think racism, my opinion, more emotional. Stereotypes exist because a lot of times they're true. Let me give you an example. Black people are late, Denise.
I'm not.
No.
And you know how I feel about that. See,
a lot of us
Sherwin
are,
Hughes
though.
Listeners, I'm only telling you this because he's trying to get me a
No,
because he
I'm
knows
not.
how I feel about punctuality. But go ahead. I'm gonna play the game, Sherwin. Yes, go ahead.
You can't use stereotypes and apply them to the whole because they're not 100% accurate. But sometimes there's enough of us that act in a stereotypical way that allows the justification of some stereotypes.
Why can't we show up on time, Sherwin, from your lens?
I don't know.
Why is that so difficult for us? It annoys me
Are
beyond.
we busier, or we don't have the same respect for time, or we have more
Kindergartners are
things?
busy.
Well, we might have more stuff
Unhoused
to do.
people are busy.
The weather affects us differently.
Man,
we move slower in the cold weather. I don't know, but I cannot. I don't like when anybody is late.
I cannot stand it.
Because it's disrespectful.
Remember I told you that story about the brother who he got late, no call, no show. As soon as he got there, DT was peace out.
So I was told that if you're late to a meeting and the meeting can't start until you get there, a lot of us, because we have this Midwest nice, we apologize for being late. Apparently you're not supposed to do that.
Then you're supposed to say thank you for your patience.
Thank you for your patience
Yes.
is what you're supposed to say. And I have to get myself into that mode of thinking. A little while ago you said if you're talking and then a Caucasian person interrupts you, you have your comeback for them. Here is what I do.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear this.
I keep talking like they're not saying anything. You can. It takes
That's
some
a skill.
training.
I was gonna say that's a skill.
You I'm gonna finish my point. Oh, you may interrupt, but what's gonna happen is if I keep my frame of mind and my tone of voice, then you're gonna look like the argumentative person. You're gonna lose your credibility.
But what about your audience who's trying to hear what you're saying and you've got someone in the background trying to overtalk you? Now I can't hear what I'd be like, wait a minute, I can't even hear what Sherwin's saying right now.
I will just continue to make my point because I was actually about to arrive at the conclusion. And I'm going to continue at my conclusion. And what will happen is people will tune out the argumentative one just naturally.
Okay.
And it makes the person who is trying to overtalk you look immature, unprofessional, and petty. And
I
then
agree.
You finish your point, then you give them a little glance and a smile, and you say to them, now if you have something to add, I'm willing to hear it because I had to make my point first, and you sounded like you had something to add, so you just go ahead. And then you catch them off guard. But that's a skill that...
So you make them, or just set themselves up for failure.
The reason why they interrupt you is because they're trying to take you off your square and get you on the defensive. One thing that I've learned is do not get defensive. Just continue to make your point. And as I was saying, the housing market in the city of Milwaukee is one that is in the top 10 rated by Zillow. Yeah, Sherwin, blah, 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 blah. And as I was saying about the housing market, and the average home price in Milwaukee is $369,000. Now go ahead if you have something to add to that. Go ahead. Shut up, Sherwin.
This is a prime example of what we as Black people do. We have spent the last 10 minutes talking about ways that, again, we can navigate. But white people, they never have training on, well, I'm not going to say they never have training. Most white people in predominantly white environments are not held accountable, especially after the dismantling and weaponization of DE&I, to even have this type of awareness and be held accountable to it. Because I always tell people, you cannot hold anyone accountable to doing something that they have not committed to doing.
That's right.
And we constantly are trying to hold white people accountable for something that they have never committed to doing. Now, during Black Lives Matter, 2021, George Floyd, post George Floyd murder.
Yes.
We stand in solidarity. We stand in solidarity. Not even 3 years later. Psych. So what I'm bringing that up, Sherwin, because if it's not a part of your core values, if it's not part of your moral compass, like it is wrong for me to treat my black counterpart this way when I don't treat my white counterpart, that shouldn't be a metric. And that's what we allowed white America to do. We allowed them to make it a key performance indicator, a metric, when it should just be, this person is qualified, they're highly competent. I want to hear what they have to say. I want them to know that they're valued and that they belong here and that they're not a check in the box. Because if you cannot punish black people for lack of performing when you don't allow them to demonstrate their ability to perform high. And when we do, a lot of white people get very uncomfortable. And this is where the microaggressions come into play. I just experienced one yesterday no, I ain't going to share that story. I'll tell you offline.
Well, now I'm even more curious. Do we sound racist right now?
I'll tell you this, and you know I have had this argument. I've had it with Dr. Ken. I don't think black people can be racist. That is a power that we just don't have. We can be prejudiced. Mm-hmm. We can discriminate. Mm-hmm. But to say Denise Thomas or Sherwin Hughes are racist,
mm-hmm. That's true.
That's a power that I will never have.
Yeah, the semantics. There's some nuance in the word racist, prejudice, mm-hmm. Stereotyping, et cetera, et cetera. So the standard that I have for all people is like just be a human and respect somebody else's humanity. And I think that when we require that of them, we are often disappointed. Let me tell you why. Not enough white people, especially white women, were upset that Renee Nicole Good got her brain sprayed on an airbag from a white ice cop. Not enough of them were mad at the execution of a blonde white mother. And if they didn't get mad about her, I know they don't care about us. It was lukewarm at best. People protested more for George Floyd. And we can say this now. George Floyd, he was one of ours, but the brother wasn't no model citizen. 6 continents protested the murder of George Floyd. A blonde white woman, mother of 3, gets her brains blown out, and people are just like, well, she shouldn't have dragged the cop and run him over. So the humanity that we are expecting.
Why. It's the same reason why white women didn't vote for Kamala Harris on November the 5th of 2023? Because their white husbands took them to the poll, and their white husbands sat next to them and said, I wish you would. I wish you would try to start some type of reaction to this white woman who got shot in the head. I'm telling you, I voted on November the 5th at an elementary school in Dallas, Texas. That was my first time voting in the state of Texas. Sherwin, and I tell this story all the time. And I've shared this story in front of my white female friends and my white male friends. Never has one of them interrupted or objected. I'm like, man, I ain't seen so many white husbands with their white wives on this election. Like it literally was like black women, white men, and white women that I saw that day. I'm not saying that black men didn't vote or any other. I'm just saying what I saw. It was white man, his white wife, and black women where I voted. So the reason why I feel there hasn't been this mass uproar and protesting from white women about the lady in Minneapolis is because their white husbands are like, I wish you would. I wish you would.
I want to respectfully disagree because I don't think it was about race at all. White women, whether they admit it or not, they hate their husbands. They marry their husbands for the security. They marry their husbands for the social status. I don't think that women vote for women. I'm going to pause there because I have an article right here from eternallyradicalidea.com that says that women, it's a statistic or it's a study that they did, women that are on the same side politically are less tolerant of one another than men who are on the opposite sides of the political spectrum. It's something about women. Y'all just be beefing with one another. Now, as a man, I probably should stay out of this argument, but I have a study, and it's a real one, where women didn't vote for Hillary Clinton, and that was their prototype. She broke all the glass ceiling. Women just said, nah, we'd rather have the
Sherwin,
dude.
as a woman.
Because the racial factor didn't play when it was Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. White women voted for Donald Trump, and race had nothing to do. I got to pause. We got to take a break.
Okay.
Denise. Don't you start now.
Please, when
You
we come
being
back,
aggressive.
please let me pick up where we left off, please.
Don't be aggressive, black lady. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to co-host of the Dunker Spot podcast, Steve Jones. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Since 1976, Community Advocates has helped Milwaukee residents meet their basic needs, enabling them to live with dignity and hope. Today, Community Advocates offer 40 specialized programs that addresses rental housing challenges, energy assistance, domestic violence, substance misuse, and more. Their commitment is to ensure individuals and families have access to essential resources and opportunities for a better quality of life. If you need help, go to communityadvocates.net. That's communityadvocates.net.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
More of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
This is Devontae right here. This is Devontae. Whatever you want, whatever you need. You know I got it.
Not the look.
And I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay, let me be serious. I receive it.
Josie.
Not the bottom lip. Did you bite the See? That's what's wrong, Sherwin. More brothers need to start going back to biting the bottom lip. That was it right there in the 90s. Yes. Who used to bite? LL Cool J. Bottom lipper, man.
I was just talking on Monday that women like to go dancing. A woman might say to her husband or boyfriend or whatever, take me dancing. You never take me dancing. Women, it seems, want to go dancing. Dancing is always a fun date. I think that you take a woman somewhere where dancing may happen spontaneously because the music is good and you're having a good time, but I think that men going dancing is gay. It is. It's gay. Don't look at me like that. If a man says, I want to go dancing, and asking a man to go dancing, I think is gay. If you see a bunch of men dancing, Denise, come on, now what are you going to think? A bunch of men, you know it's going to come.
You didn't say that. You didn't say. You said if a man wants to go dancing,
it's gay.
No, it's not. And that is not nice. That's.
I'm not saying nothing bad about gay people. Just like having long hair is gay.
Okay, so what if? Okay, I'm just asking.
Yes.
What if two white people were in this studio?
Yes.
And I came in at 10 o'clock and the interview was supposed to start at 9:45, and they're like, Denise, look at her. She's so black. She's late. It's so black.
I'll be like, well, she should have been on time. What?
You know what I'm saying.
I'm saying that dancing is gay.
Okay. So back to your question.
And no, more men don't need to bite the bottom lip. The problem is y'all already calling us gay for any damn thing that we do, so we don't need
I don't use that word. I don't know. No.
Men want to spend time with each other because only black men know what we go through. But if we want to spend time with one another, commiserate, our women the first ones to call us gay. Why you want to spend time with them? You don't want to spend time with me?
I don't say that, and I'm sorry
I know that you don't.
I'm sorry that you have to hear that, because my thing is this. First and foremost, if a man said, let's go dancing, Denise, I'd be like, oh my goodness, yes, let's go.
Why is he asking you? I could see you asking him to take you dance. If a man wants to go out dancing and he suggests it, watch him.
So ladies, please help me here. Would you think if a man called you up and said, hey, not really a city girl, what you doing tonight? Nothing. You want to go dancing? That's like feminine or weak or...
Women go dancing with each other. If I'm involved with a woman and she's going out with her girlfriends, they go dancing. They go to a dance club and go and shake their tail feathers all night. That's not something that you do with me. Like, I may dance if we're out and a certain song comes on and we're having a good time and we're feeling good. Dances should be spontaneous, not planned for a man.
So you and I are dating. You know I love to dance.
Okay.
You know that.
Then go with your girlfriends.
And this is why Sherwin and I will never work.
So just me and you, we're just going to be dancing, huh? You don't want to go dance with your girlfriends? Go out.
That's a very intimate... That's a very intimate demonstration of I want to be close to you.
We can dance at home. Put that damn dress.
Oh my
put that dress on and go in the living room. Here, I'll play some Marvin Gaye.
Ladies, can y'all please? Can somebody? What's the number again?
First of all the women that's going to be answering are single anyway, and they're going to be a bad example.
What's wrong with being single? Oh, so now we're equating a woman's womanhood, whether she's in a relationship or not. Well, then I guess I'm not a woman.
Too many of y'all act like men.
Are we gonna go there today, Sherwin? Do you want to go there?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was ready. You saw me.
Y'all over here emulating us and then wonder why we don't want you. But I have the job and I have the career and I have the money. We don't care about none of that. That's the stuff that's
well. If y'all was handling y'all's business to begin with, we wouldn't have to be out here working.
We are handling our business. We were getting along so well.
I know. And you just made that left turn. You took that exit ramp that I don't like. Look, not really. The city girl said she might even marry him. That's what I'm saying. That is so romantic.
Well, going dancing.
Babe, let's go dancing tonight.
No.
Yes.
Let's go to a place where, here's what I'm going to say. Let's go to this spot. It's a nice spot. It's chilled out. It's relaxed. They play good music.
Okay.
And we may dance spontaneously, but don't have the expectation that I'm going to dance.
Wait a minute. That's how you would say it? We may dance spontaneously?
It's just supposed to happen organically.
How about
I'm not
this, Sherwin?
planning a dancing evening.
Babe, I know you love to dance. Daddy's going to take you dancing tonight. Watch this. Look at his face because I said, Daddy, watch him. Look. See, that changed the whole, boy.
Oh, your girlfriends must all be with their men tonight. You want to go dancing with me? Dancing is something that women do with each other.
That would be what you'd say? You must want to, because your girls are going out, you want to go out with me now? That's so combative. Sherwin.
I can't believe you just called me combative.
That is.
I just don't think that men go dancing. A man will dance, but I'm not planning a dance date. I'm not. If I'm at the end of the rope with a relationship and she's like, hey, to save the relationship, Sherwin, you need to take me dancing, well, then I guess I'll put on my dancing shoes.
Oh, it's too late now. Wait a minute. Somebody says, Butterscotch Barbie sounds like you've been taste testing. What does that mean?
I don't know. I like the term Butterscotch Barbie, though.
I do, too. He gave me that nickname. I'm trying to understand, what does that mean? Sounds like you've been taste.
Lady B says, DT, I agree with my man on this one. See? Dancing is not something that a man have to be, black men in particular, have got to be very, very careful about how we go about what we say and what we do, because we're always being accused of being less than masculine because y'all have taken over that role, essentially. So a man suggesting
y'all
going
be
dancing.
out here acting. And when I say y'all be in general, I've seen men now carrying, like, I wanted a bag.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any more. And you know what the salesperson said?
What?
Well, now you got a whole new demographic that are tapping in to the purchase of bags.
Exactly. Who's raising these men? It's crazy because...
And why are they raising them by themselves?
We can get into that.
Oh, okay.
But women are raising boys that become men that women don't want to date.
Well, my son don't carry no bag.
Good. I met your son. I would be shocked if he carried a bag. In fact, if I saw your son...
My son is a man.
If I saw your son carrying a bag, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to snatch it and I'm going to call you. I'm like, Denise,
please.
I got your son's bag.
I'd be like, what?
You want me to go through it?
Listen.
I don't think that masculinity is inherently bad, problematic, or toxic. That's white people stuff. Black men have been the providers and the protectors of our women, our children, and our families since we arrived in this nation. But it's white women that have a beef with their men. They ain't got nothing to do with us. Nothing. And I also understand and respect that black families are matriarchal. Women run our families. Big mama, the mama, they are the decision makers, but men are still supposed to protect and provide. But us protecting and providing isn't toxic. That's our masculinity. That is our contribution to the unit of our family. That's white folks stuff calling masculinity toxic. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's a them problem.
Nothing you said I disagree with. I just don't equate masculinity.
I still ain't going dancing.
With dancing. Carrying a bag, I got a problem with that.
So this dude is out on the dance floor.
For a straight man to say he's a straight man and he's carrying a bag, that's a little problematic for me because I'm like, why? Now, these A-list celebrities who have contracts with like Prada and listen, do what you need to do. I get it. Get the bag, no pun intended.
Zach just said
regular folks,
a crossbody bag is still a purse. They just wearing it different. Here, hold on.
I got to see it. Yeah, let me see it on. Oh, that's a nice bag. That's very nice.
But he wears it like a purse.
No.
Zach said you wear it like a... There's
That's
nothing.
not how you wear it.
Now, when you do... Now, see...
Right?
No.
That's if you wear it like this, you sashay. Zach, do you want to go dancing or no?
No. I'm talking about, okay, so hold the bag like a briefcase. If you hold the bag like a briefcase, there you go. Okay. No. Like take the cross.
Oh.
Yes, and just hold it like a briefcase. Okay. I have a problem with a man who says he is straight and has a Birkin bag or a Chanel bag or a YSL bag just like that and holding it like that. That's where I'm like, I don't think that you're fully telling the truth. Because by no means, in any shape, form, or fashion, am I homophobic. Love who you love. Be who you be. But you're not going to ask me to go dancing and you having the same bag that I try to get that was sold out Because now both men and women are buying what was traditionally known as purses. That's where it gets problematic for me.
I guess men now are like getting their nails painted. Have you seen this? Straight men. Why are you making that face? Have you seen this before?
Well, because I thought about a certain quarterback, and I told myself I can't bring that team up because y'all still sensitive, so I'm not going to bring it up.
Wait a minute. I believe that a member of the Chicago Bears paint their nails.
Oh, he does, but I'm not going to go there.
He alternates orange and blue. Which one is it?
Let me tell you something. I will pay for his manicure and pedicure for the rest of 2026 as long as he keeps throwing the way he's throwing.
I got to take a break,
less.
Denise.
Could care less.
I got to take a commercial break.
Like that comedian said, French tip on me. He did.
I wish I would see a man with, because French tip, when I see a woman with white toenails or like a French manicure, that tells me something very specific about her anatomy.
What does it tell you?
She got that good.
Because she has a French tip?
Yes.
Really?
It's like subconscious. Yeah. I think some women do it.
That's interesting.
To signal that they have the deliciousness. But if a man has his nails painted with little white tips. Andrew, I know you don't paint your nails. If you do,
you ever pay for somebody's nails?
Great question.
Can I take a break?
Great question,
And we're going to talk to
Andrew.
Blake on the other side, too. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out, it helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 1017 The Truth.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
So what have we learned today? Dancing is gay. Men shouldn't be painting their nails nor wearing purses. Blake, you're on 101.7 The Truth. Blake, how are you?
But man, I've been better. The snow is blowing. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I've been better, man. I had to pull over. But DT, what the business is, your fine self.
Hey,
with your radio husband.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning. How you
smiling
doing?
ass. I'm good, man. Still self-employed and working one job, but I'm good. I got hit by an F-350 the other day, man. Feel like I got hit by a truck, literally. Yeah, I was working Saturday and got smashed. Dude ran a stop sign on 35th and Cherry. Man, I'm still looking for dude. But when the people are ignorant and they talking, you supposed to be talking just like Sherwin do. Just keep talking. Ignore them. Stay professional. But as far as the situation with the bag, I had a briefcase before. Like, they gave us briefcases. Be good, man. I'll see you later, bro. They got the briefcases, like the fatherhood initiative thing with the little strap on it. It's for you if you're carrying your kid to put it across you like a sash. But I don't. If I got a wallet, I don't need nothing else. If I got anything else, if I'm not working, I don't have a bag with me.
That's all I'm saying.
So I don't get all that new like LeBron with the orange purse and all that. I don't care. I don't.
You know
I'm
what,
not.
Blake? You bring up a
nothing.
great question, Blake. What do they carry inside those bags as men? That's a great
That's
point.
what I'm saying. They can't. They don't. You're not supposed to have weed on you. You're not supposed to have a gun in there. You're not supposed to have nothing. You're supposed to have your gun in the holster. Why would you have a bag unless you're going to a meeting? Just trying to show, like
Blake,
having bread and all that kind of stuff.
We know why they do it. Because, like I said, they get a check. They get a check. When you walk in that locker room,
there you go.
We'll give you $50K to just wear our bag. Sherwin, would you do that?
Just
Would you take
embarrass
$50K to walk?
Look at Jay Smith. He a Louis Vuitton billboard. You know, but I don't knock a brother. But back to what we was talking about. Yeah.
They're not
back to what we talking about, man.
I don't think they're getting paid to wear those bags, because if you have reached A-list celebrity status to where somebody would pay you $50,000 to wear a purse, I'm already rich and don't need $50,000.
I was being dramatic.
They want to. That's what I'm saying.
No. What I'm saying is, I was being dramatic, but they are definitely either they got that bag free, and we're requested when you enter the tunnel. Make sure you have this bag on, because they know. I promise you, they may not get a check.
I seen your boy, DT.
Who?
I seen your boy. They kicked our butt, and his nails was glossy.
Oh, Caleb.
I seen him. He was glossy. He was talking to him in the huddle, and I kept seeing his fingers. I know this fool. Like, sure enough, every one of them done. I don't get no gloss. I don't do nothing. When I was in Georgia, when I was working for the Falcons, I used to go with my cousin, and she would get the massage, her toes and nails done. I would just get the massage and get my feet done. But I don't. I'm heterosexual. I'm cool with that. I got cousins that's gay. I got cousins that's lesbian. I don't knock a brother or a sister, man. But just do what you do. But don't. If you don't hide it, then hide it. Just come on out with it. Just stop being fake. That's why I'm 100. People don't like me. But y'all be good. Have a good day.
Thank you, Blake. Now I was going to say, I don't think LeBron James and they're very confident with their sexual orientation. And so, again, free bag, here you go.
I don't think that's why they're doing it.
Why do you think they do it?
I think it's whatever they think fashion is, and it's a trend. But because most dudes that I see wearing these little purses are not celebrities endorsing whatever brand it is. I think that's just where they carry their tampons, maxi pads, and Plan B. Let's talk to that one guy. You're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you? You got a purse?
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Okay.
Hey, Sherwin.
Huh?
What's up, man? You're offending people lately. You offended Dr. Ken yesterday, and just now. I'm plowing right now. I had to pull over.
Dr.
You
Ken is sensitive.
Well, you offended me just recently, man.
Oh, no.
So check this out.
About what? The nail polish, going dancing, or wearing a purse?
I don't paint my nails, and I don't wear earrings, and I don't wear any earrings because that ain't right. But this is where you offended me. I got beautiful long curly hair. I like to dance. I like to sing.
Yes.
And you know what? I probably like women more than you do.
Oh.
So that's where the women are at. The women are on the dance floor, and all the story boys are sitting down. So that being said, Sherwin, You should try it out, Sherwin. You should try to learn how to dance a little bit. To be honest, I don't know how to dance myself either.
You said you got long black curly hair?
I just love to dance myself where the ladies are.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
The reason why, hold on, that one guy says you want to. You really gonna get your feelings hurt because first of all, I already know you're sensitive because you'll be out there on the dance floor sashaying.
No, you're not.
The reason why
You're
women
romantic.
are attracted to men that are out there on the dance floor is because they think that they're safe because they're probably gay. That's why. Women love being around gay men. That's why so many women will have a gay best friend because they get like the protection from being with a man, but they also know this man is not trying to sleep with them. And if I got to get on the dance floor and twerk to get a woman, that's a woman that I don't want because she probably thinks I'm going to be her gay best friend.
Nobody said anything about twerking, Sherwin.
That's how they dance. You ain't seen some of these TikTok videos and how they be dancing? They tooting their asses up.
I'm talking about
arching their backs.
You calling me up and saying, matter of fact, Denise, what's your schedule look like tonight? It's open.
Let's go to dinner.
We going dancing.
No, we're not. We're going to go to dinner and we're going to eat and we're going to have some drinks and then we might go to another spot where the music is good. If we want to dance, we'll dance. I'm not going to say that the date is dancing. We may dance, but I'm not taking you dancing. There's a huge difference.
Okay.
Because now I'm obligated to, and plus you get sweaty. If I'm going to do all that, we staying at the crib now. Talking about.
You know, right down the street, there's a city called Chicago.
So what?
Founders of house music and stepping.
So that's.
Do you know how common it is for a Chicago brother to call a woman up and say, "We going stepping tonight"?
That's different.
How is it different?
Stepping
is dancing.
Is a coordinated.
Oh, y'all! Do you hear the double standard?
No, that's.
Stepping is dancing. Period. It's dancing.
No, you would say we're gonna go stepping. That's what they're playing stepping music tonight. They got a certain DJ that's playing.
Okay,
that is
so
totally
for you,
different.
it's semantics. It's how you're saying something.
Correct.
Okay.
Because if I say I'm taking a woman dancing, she's not going to assume that we're going to step. Now, they may play a stepping song and then
salsa?
we'll step.
I'm taking you salsa dancing.
That's the gayest.
What?
Oh, my God. That isn't.
Oh, my God.
Got me looking like Ricardo. Yes, let's go salsa dancing. Swiveling my hips. Get out of here with that.
You are such
no
a
way.
square. You are an L7. You are like 1923. Okay.
I'm unbothered. I'm going salsa dance
you
with a little Mexican girl, maybe. I ain't going salsa dance with a black girl.
Are you serious right now?
No, hell no.
When I went to Colombia,
that's different.
all the men.
That's their culture. That's a Latin American country.
Okay.
That's their culture.
I retract that last statement. Not the greatest example. Okay. Chicago.
Oh, good God.
Right down the street. And matter of fact, there's a lot of people that step here in Milwaukee. Because you might have some Chicago transplants, or you just may have people who love to step.
That's 40 plus.
What about line dancing? See?
I mean, that's less.
what?
That's more communal.
That's why I said, because you said it's culture,
but
it's community.
Going dancing that's like a couple thing. Line dancing is different, but you don't go out and line dance. They'll play a line dancing song, and you'll get up on your line dance, and when that song is over, you sit your ass back down.
Ladies, let me just say this to y'all.
Leave the ladies out of this.
Especially if you're my age
the ladies
and single.
Are fine.
Do not let a good man, don't let him leave your proximity because of what Sherwin is telling you. I am telling you right now that if a man were to call you up and say, with your fine self, we going dancing tonight, whether it's salsa, line, stepping, whatever.
Okay.
Don't say, oh my God, that's so, that word, because it's not. You ever heard of a Renaissance man?
None of those, the women that you're talking to right now, don't have men that are calling them up and asking them to go dancing. And the women and I know my audience very, very well. The women that would receive that phone call would say, oh, sweetheart, that's very nice. Why don't you take me to dinner? And then afterwards, I'm going to go dancing with my girlfriends.
They ain't doing all that. They're going to be like, oh, my gosh, that's so sweet.
Girls,
where are we going?
Why are we even arguing about that? I got other stuff that I want to talk to you about, like affirmative action. You got me over here. Men, we may dance. We do not go dancing. Unless it's like New Year's Eve.
If anybody ever wants to shoot their shot with DT and you call me up as a straight man and say, Denise, Can we go dancing, or you want to go dancing, or are you free to get? Yes.
Yes, you're gonna say yes to that. I'm sure you would.
I love it.
Well, fellas, there you go. If you want to get Denise,
but
be gay. I got to take a break. The Truth with a very straight Sherwin Hughes and Denise, who likes to go dancing with men. But you go dancing with your girlfriends too, though, right? Isn't it more fun with your girls? You get out there as a big group and y'all just...
I don't go out with girls like that.
You don't?
That's the number one mistake that women make. If you're trying to get approached by a man and you go out with girls, he's trying to now figure out, okay, am I interrupting something, or who's the ringleader? Ladies, don't do it.
I really want to talk about that because for a confident man, it's easier to approach a woman in a group than if she's just with one other woman. If she's with one other woman, she's probably with a gatekeeper. It's easier for me to approach.
If you're by yourself, you are and you don't look like you're distracted, like on your phone or on your computer, because I'm telling you from experience. I get hit on and asked out all the time just by me strategically placing myself in a very nice establishment's bar.
Okay. By yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Food paid for, drinks paid for.
Because you look
Can
lonely.
I get your number? And men don't want to get rejected.
Predators want a woman that looks lonely.
You can say what you want
if
about
there's a group of women, I got a whole bunch of different openers and lines I'm going to use in that group. First of all, which one of you is the bad girl? They're always going to point to the slut. Oh, my God, this one right here, right? So then there you go. But also, if I approach the group, because I'm funny, and if I make them laugh, now these women are subconsciously going to compete for my attention. Oh, yes, they will.
Exactly. So, ladies, that's why I said, for the favor of women, he's giving you from the lens of the man. Do not, all the time, if you're single and you're trying to get asked out, don't be going out with your girls. Go solo. I just went somewhere last night, right here in Milwaukee.
By yourself?
By myself, and had dinner by myself.
Did you get approached?
Of course. It was a white man, too.
Oh, whoa. We got to take a break. Look at Andrew just raise his fist.
Look at Andrew. He's like, yes!
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And a little floozy Denise Thompson will be right back.
White power fist. He was like, yes!
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes.
That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
I'll holler back at y'all.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I really want you to tell the story, Denise. If a man has a wedding ring on, sorry, sir, I'm not interested. Bye. Have a nice night, sir. You shouldn't entertain men with wedding rings, but here's what I know and what I understand. Men that are married get more attention from single women than men who are not, because that man who is married or has a significant other, there's also like a competitive nature that exists amongst women. But also, there's something about that guy that he already has a woman at home. And what's crazy is a woman will be single and approach and talk to and involve herself with a married man. But if a woman is dating a guy, she'll get mad if he goes and talks to other women, but she would date a married man in a second. I think women only get mad when they're not first.
I will say this before. Let me preface with this before I get into last night.
You met a married man?
I do not, nor would I.
Oh, stop.
I wouldn't.
If you know he's married, you wouldn't.
Absolutely not. That's
okay.
That's from a spiritual level, from a religious compass. That is somebody else's man. He is equally yoked to somebody else. That is not my person. That's not my man. I don't want no parts of a married man.
What if they're getting divorced and they don't sleep together anymore? They sleep in separate beds, and what if their lives are very separate and they're just...
That's energy that I don't want no parts of it.
Okay. But it's not like it used to be. They're not getting along anymore. He's very lonely.
I don't care. If you're out here wearing your wedding band, or you're out here... See, now I'm really about to tell some
Well, they can't take the wedding ring off because that's even worse, because they had that tan line.
That's even worse.
That is worse. So they just keep it on.
That, yeah. No, I was interested in a gentleman that I had met, and once I found out that he was married, separated, but then when I asked him the question, I said, wait a minute. I said, okay, so when is the divorce? You know what his response was? Maybe 6 months, maybe a year. I don't know. What? That was it.
When a man says he's getting divorced, he never is. When a woman says she's getting divorced, she absolutely is.
And I told him, I said, call me when you get divorced, when like the divorce is legal.
He ain't never gonna call you.
He called me 3 times, and after that 3rd time, I blocked him.
Okay. Because women will cheat too. Women will give up a perfectly good man because it's not exciting anymore, and there's no adventure anymore. She's getting bored in the routine, or he's not helping around the house. She will throw her whole family away for the adventure and the excitement. Men will sacrifice their happiness to maintain the family. Women will sometimes, not all women, will sacrifice their family because of their sense of adventure and their happiness.
Can I ask you a question?
And 66 to 90% of divorces are initiated by women. It's not because all men are bad. It's not because all men cheat. Y'all just get bored. Yes, you can ask me a question.
One of your valued listeners, and I have to get your perspective, says, what? The side chick is never first. I disagree, but
every woman has been a side chick. Now, what'll happen is she might fall in love and then want and require him to leave the wife, which does not happen. The wife gets mad when the husband cheats, but that same wife has been a side chick before and knew what her role was.
Say that again. Say that part again, because that's why I disagree with the side chick is never first. Because first of all, you have to understand it's a mindset. The side chick feels that she is first because she can get what she wants without any obligation to reciprocate. She doesn't have to do the work of what the wife or the girlfriend has to do. That's her luxury. That's why she feels that she's winning. You're the one that got to do all this. You're the one that got to do all that. I'm talking about like career side chicks. And I'm not talking about the side chick who didn't know she was a side chick until the emotions were vested. I'm talking about like professional, serial side chick daters. They are winning because they look at it like...
Until they fall in love.
Well, professional side chicks, that's their mantra.
Eventually, they'll fall in love too.
They never do.
Here's the difference, though, because men, and I always encourage, I shouldn't say encourage it, men, you need to date a woman that's involved so you can see how low women can actually go. So here's the difference. If I shouldn't say me, if a man meets a woman that's married, she'll be like, look, we only can talk on Tuesdays and Thursdays after 7 o'clock. Any other time, I'm with my kids, I'm with my family. The side dude understands that. He stays within those boundaries. Mm-hmm. The side chick will call on Saturday morning, Sunday afternoon.
No, she won't.
Yes, she will. If she falls in love, even if we fall in love as the side dude, we understand that we have a role that we're playing and we cannot interfere with this woman's life. Mostly because we know that we will get murdered. So we understand that we got to stay within the boundaries that is prescribed by the woman who's involved, which I don't encourage people to do anyway.
No, not really. A city girl says winning what? Winning for side chicks is, again, the lack of responsibility.
Can you pause right there because we got to take a break?
Yes.
Denise is going to tell you how side chicks are winning on the other side. The
you
truth
know what?
Sherwin,
I probably don't, because the people are like, Denise is a side chick. No, I'm too busy to be
You've been a side chick. No, you can be a side chick and be busy.
No, I've been one, but no. I mean, in my 30s, I'm almost 50 now.
The truth with Denise, the side chick, will be right back.
I don't have to be.
We'll be right back.
I don't need to be.
We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's free for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes.
That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
I'll holler back at y'all.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's giving me hope. He's our son. And that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome to Hour 3 of The Truth. Me and Denise, the professional side chick. What? There's nothing wrong with that. You're busy.
I am not a professional side chick.
Denise,
No, here's the thing. Sherwin, you can't say stuff like that because I'm
kidding.
Thank you.
But you are too busy of a woman to dedicate enough time to sufficiently feed and support a relationship. You in one city, you in another city, you got a bunch of stuff going on. Men don't want that. Now, we can respect it if that's your life and if that's how you live and we see each other when we see each other, but then he's going to be doing the same thing with other women. Because the only thing that we want is what money can't buy, and that's time.
You said that I was working, but he's side chicken. I'm working. Why is he out in the streets and I'm out working?
You don't have the time.
I don't.
Exactly. And that's
no argument.
At the age that I'm at, like, this is very much on purpose and intentional that I am done with work at noon. I am done working long. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I don't got to work long hours and put in all this extra effort. I am done at noon, which means I have the most valuable thing a human being could ever possess. I have time. And I can't be with a woman that ain't got no time.
Sherwin, how many times do I have to say this? And by the way, valued listeners of the Sherwin Hughes Show, please back me up on this because I have said this on his show. I have said this offline. Now I sound corporate.
Don't embarrass
Off air.
me. You're going to say something embarrassing.
Whenever a man calls me up and says, Denise, you don't have to work anymore unless you absolutely want to. Oh, I'm here for you, babe.
Denise, that's ridiculous.
No, it's not.
That you want a sugar daddy then. That's exactly what that is.
That's what you said. I said that if he says, I need you around more, I can't have you flying from here to here to here to here to here. I will provide. You don't have to work unless you absolutely want to, but I need my woman.
Okay.
It's a wrap.
Well, then what
Say
are you
less.
What are you going to do then?
Lead with that.
If he is going to take care of you financially and telling you don't have to work anymore, that doesn't mean you're done laboring. You can't just sit around. You got to perform the duties that he expects you to perform.
Let's go. I've always been a hard worker. That is Tuesday for me. What you got?
You gonna cook? You gonna clean?
We can hire people to do all of that.
When daddy comes home from a long day, because remember, he's the one working and earning the money. He earns so much money, you ain't got to work no more. When daddy says, lay down.
You said you get off at noon.
Let me finish. Daddy out here working. He making all the money where you can quit your job. When he gets home and says, lay down and spread them, you doing that? Exactly, Denise.
No.
Actually,
it's the way you said it. Listen.
I'm sorry I wasn't more romantic.
I want my man to come home to peace.
Yes.
To aromas of good food.
Amen. Keep going.
Bath ran.
Come on.
Candles.
Keep going.
His favorite music. Because I know all of this by now.
And then
me wearing something very nice and appealing.
Okay, then.
And holding his favorite nightcap.
Okay, then.
And listening.
And keep going. Zach is like, finished, land the plane.
I just did.
Okay, then. All right.
And listening.
All right. Oh, listening like obeying.
Not the buzz. What? Wait a minute. What did I miss?
Nothing. No, that's perfect.
Well, why did you give me the buzz?
It's a B minus.
It's a B minus.
I mean, Zach B plus. I'm
was
sorry.
expecting you to.
Something's missing. Something very important.
No, she does. She just didn't say it explicitly because she's a lady.
Thank you.
Denise is a freak.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. Is that embarrassing? There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, how do you define freak before I say anything? How do you define freak?
You enjoy physical intimacy with the right person. A freak is not a bad term.
That's a freak to you?
I mean, I could get more explicit.
I was going to say, that's a boring, that's the most boring
radio.
definition of freak I've ever heard in my life.
I'm trying to be diplomatic here.
Well, I'll say this. The biggest lesson that I've learned over the past uninterrupted single status, probably for the past 4 years, 4 or 5 years, this is one thing I've learned. I don't need to be talking as much. I don't need to be opinionated as much. I definitely need to be understanding. And by the way, and I'm going to offend a lot of black women when I say this.
Oh, please do it.
But it's the truth. If y'all want to know how to keep a man, talk to an older white woman. When I'm on planes, when I'm on flights, y'all, you're going to get mad at me, but DT is keeping it real. When I am on flights, and I typically fly business class or first class. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, again, I do not apologize because everything I have worked my you-know-what off.
That's right.
Quit black people making other black people that are winning feel guilty about their success. But that's a whole nother conversation. So when I sit in these first class, business class sections with these, look at Sherwin.
This is tea right here.
With these older white women. And when I say older, I mean like, I'd say 50 and older.
Yes.
Man, the wisdom that I get. And, you know, the flight attendant, can I get y'all a drink? This is when I know the conversation is going to be fired. Yeah, bring me an old fashioned or bring me a bourbon. Right?
Yeah.
And she's got like the big 20 karat ice skating ring.
Yep. She
smells of that like Chanel floral. Like she is screaming.
Yep.
I know everything that it takes. And they always say, you know what? I actually had an older white lady tell me this, Sherwin, and when I tell you, I know she was being authentic. She said, you know what? Black women, y'all are the most beautiful. This is true story. This happened probably about 3 months ago. I was coming back from Australia. No cap. She says, black women are the most, hands down, beautiful women that I've ever seen in my life. And then she said, but do you know what y'all's problem is? Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all.
That didn't offend you when she said that?
When she said that, I was like, watch it. But then something else said, Sherwin, you know what? Let's do something, Denise, that you don't do that often. Just hear her out entirely. Don't interrupt her. Don't come in the conversation with any preconceived. Just hear what she has to say because she's probably at the point in her life where she doesn't care. Because at this lady, she probably, like I said, she probably was a good 68, maybe 70.
She knows. Yeah.
And she says, black women are so beautiful, yet y'all are out here. And then she goes, this is what she said. She says, and I know the cards that have been dealt to black women are completely different than the cards that were dealt to me as a white woman. She was like, but lead with your beauty. Don't lead with your degree. Don't lead with your certifications. Don't lead with your work ethic. Lead with your beauty. All you have to do as beautiful black women is walk into a room, show up, and just be quiet. And when she said that, I thought, okay, when I enter a room, how do I show up? Historically. And I have now, and again, black women, I know y'all gonna get mad when I say
no,
this.
they're not. One of them is agreeing with you in the chat.
I have observed, especially in Texas, Sherwin, you know that white, Southern Texan women, that's a whole different league of white women when it comes to dating. Let me tell you.
Very traditional, very Christian, very old school.
Very submissive. Very.
I think
a lot of pills swallowed.
We use the term submissive as if it's a negative or if it's weak. Submissive is power.
It's why do you think I said it?
We will die for a submissive woman.
Submission is not a bad thing. And the more and more that black women reprogram our minds, like my friend just went to a wedding, a black wedding. And he told me that when the preacher said to honor and obey, do you know this black woman interrupted the whole wedding ceremony and was like, obey? I go, are you kidding me? She stopped the wedding she stopped the vow exchange, the most critical part of the ceremony, because he was reading from the scripture and said, obey. Like, who cares? Girl, you got a ring. You got a man who has literally said, I'm dedicating the rest of my life to you, and you over here wordsmithing?
My parents were married for 53 years, and I saw how that was done. On that note, let's talk to...
Oh, gosh.
Hello, Al.
Oh, okay.
Well, hello. Well, sometimes the preacher pays the most. First thing I want to say, too, there's nothing wrong with being the side piece because the side piece is a consultant and the side piece is what keeps the marriage together. So the side piece don't want you to leave your marriage because if you leave your marriage, there's nothing left for you. So why block your blessing? Also, you need to keep in mind what one man won't do, another man will do. So sometimes just do it. Because if you leave that door open, that one man might walk in and exploit that opportunity from the bar all the way to the bedroom, and now your household is effed all up. And see, the other thing you also got to realize, too, depending on what kind of woman you is and how you look at life, sometimes you might go for the men that's in their 80s and their 90s because sometimes you don't have to do nothing. Sometimes you just have to talk. And I want everybody to remember this. It's not about how the hands is painted. It's about how the two middle fingers works the most. Don't F up your bag. Have a great day and do everything you're big enough to do. And also remember, do everything that the wife and the husband don't do. So when they are in the bed with the person that they said I do, they will always be thinking about you. Don't make them leave their wife or their husband. Get it off the top because you'll never be on the bottom. Happy Wednesday. Bye-bye.
All right.
Happy
Al.
Happy hump day. Madi, you're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
Hey, God bless my brother. Love you, man. Love you, DT.
Love you,
You know I had to call in my girl DT in the office.
Good morning.
I just wanted to say to y'all, good morning. I just wanted to say y'all got a wonderful show. Mr. Hughes, don't be so rough on DT, man.
Thank you.
I'm not being rough on Denise. In fact, I think she like it a little rough.
Yeah, you being a big brother. You being a big brother to you. Love you, man. I'm off at Microsoft today, so I'm just sitting in my mansion by myself. That's all. You know, living the king's life, man. I love y'all. Love y'all show.
Hold on. You got a mansion?
He's got like 38 kids. He's got like a baby he just had.
Oh, you just had a baby? Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. I sent y'all a picture. I sent the picture, about 3, my baby's 5 months. Hey, stop talking about me. One day you'll be like me, Mr. Hughes.
No, I won't. Marty, this for the record, you have a 5-month-old baby. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 55. I'll be 56 on the 4th of July.
Oh,
dang. And her mother is 24. She'll be 25 on February the 16th, and she's very happy.
It's gonna go ahead.
Very happy.
All right then.
Her $2,000 is in the mail every month, faithfully.
Her what's in the mail every month?
Faithfully.
$2,000.
That's pennies for me, man. $2,000.
That's pennies for me too.
Somebody come and listen to
a couple
this.
zeros, but we'll talk.
All right, thank you for your call.
Hey. Yeah, love you, man. Love y'all. All right.
That's dinner.
Oh, that was different.
So you guys heard that.
Heard what?
He's going to be 56, has a 5-month-old with a 24-year-old. Nothing normal, reasonable, sane, and let me not say that. That's not for me.
Let me just say this to not really a city girl. First of all, hey, girl. She made a comment about
have a baby with somebody 30 years when he was
the power dynamics. Hold on one second, Sherwin. Are different for white and black women. We don't need to be loud, but we open doors not by being quiet. I don't know about this. So not really a city girl. Let me just say this to you because I can see your profile picture. You are a beautiful woman. You know this. You don't need me to tell you this. You are fine. My recommendation for you is exactly what that lady told me. Operate in your beauty Because not everybody has a beautiful face like you do. And the only reason why I'm saying beautiful face because I can't see the whole profile of you. But listen, you have one of those faces where all you got to do is walk into a room, sit at the bar, order the first round, have a nice meal, bat your eyes, talk to the bartender, and I promise you, you won't have to do anything else. So she was saying that for her, the beauty is the gift that black women have naturally, because we age gracefully. When I tell people I'll be 50 in May, they're like, you don't look more than 36.
But beauty
and
doesn't make
that.
a wife, though. It can attract people, correct.
For most men, it's the first step.
Far too many women put too much emphasis on how they look and not who they are as people. Obviously, beauty can attract somebody, but there is no amount of beauty that would allow me to tolerate disrespect or being a bad person.
Are you that guy that's going to marry a 6 and not a 10? Because I feel like that's where you're going. Are you a 6er?
It's not that simple. What women find beautiful and what women do to make themselves more attractive or more appealing, I think, is so they can be more beautiful than other women. That is not the same beauty that we see as men. Women will get approached, hair not done, hair in a ponytail, wearing sweatpants, no makeup, because that is, for us, that's the woman that we're going to see more often. Hair done, all made up, wearing the dress and wearing the heels, that's occasional. That's not the woman that we get all the time. If anything, that's very deceptive.
I agree to that. Now, I just want to make another comment, too, because you and I actually had this conversation off air.
We've had a lot of conversations, ain't we, Denise?
We have. And I love having off-air conversations with Sherwin. I learn a lot. So LaRon Taylor 9076 says, but you are loud. Let me just say this.
Oh, God.
Because Sherwin and I talked about this. I know I'm loud. I make money being loud. But I also know that I have different personas. So the truth be told with DT and Telly from 7 to 9 a.m. when I was co-hosting the show with Telly, that was a persona. When I spoke to an audience of predominantly white men, that's a different persona. When me and Sherwin have our conversations off the air, and he even said it. He was like, people, they get this experience of you, Denise, that's why he's smiling, because we just had this conversation that, you're loud, you're aggressive. But when you and I are on the phone, I'm getting a whole different DT. And I'm like, exactly. So, LaRon, I'm in the media. Do you know how boring this show would be as a woman if I co-hosted or hosted and I was just talking like this?
Wouldn't be boring for me, but I get it. No, you're right.
So when you say, I get it, that's your experience of me, LaRon, but let me just say this as a woman who is legally single but gets plenty of attention from the highest caliber, and Sherwin knows this too, of men from all walks of ethnicities and races. I know when to be a lady and I know when to be loud. So, LaRon, I just wanted you to know that from my mouth to your ears. I know how to be a lady, and I'm doing quite well at it. Thank you so much.
Might as well take us to break, then, Denise. Do you have to leave me?
I do, but I love you, and thank you for letting me be on the show. I'll be back because we'll talk about the book.
We will.
I'll be back February. I'll text you to make sure that you can make time for me.
I'll make time for you.
See?
It's been a pleasure.
Now you're making me blush. You gonna make time for me?
Don't start something you can't finish.
On that note.
You should know better to play with a grown man. That's why, you know what I'm saying?
Don't play. Space and opportunity as far as I see.
Don't play with me, because to me,
all I see is space and opportunity.
Dancing is foreplay. Don't take me out dancing unless you...
Truth Nation, I love y'all.
Spread them.
Have a wonderful rest of... Thank you, B. Bruce. Yeah, I'm telling you, people think they know me from the radio.
No, they don't.
They do not, and Sherwin will tell you that. I am so different.
Thank you for joining me, Denise.
Love y'all.
All right, we love you too. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes.
Y'all just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance. At Milwaukee College Prep, they believe in high expectations, strong character, and academic excellence starting as early as age of 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee. And the best part about it all, Milwaukee College Prep is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is the place. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to learn more. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the Deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Just a name without a face. You can disappear without a trace and be gone.
Truth Nation, 101.7 The Truth, is proud to partner with the Marcus Performing Arts Center to celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. live from Uline Hall. On Monday, January 19th at 4 p.m., join us for the 42nd annual Martin Luther King Jr. birthday celebration as culture, community, and conversation come together at one of Milwaukee's most iconic of all stages. Be part of a powerful day honoring Dr. King's vision through unity, purpose, and progress with the award-winning 1017 The Truth, live from the Marcus Performing Arts Center. So I'm to assume that we're going to be broadcasting live from there, right? Is Dr. Ken broadcasting from there? I heard Dr. Ken on Monday. He said he wasn't mad at me, but I think I said some things that offended him, which, I didn't mean to do that. He's a sensitive guy. He is. He's a little sensitive. I didn't know that I was going to offend him the way that I did. Make sure you stay tuned to the program because we're going to give you a chance to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. I got to give y'all a chance to win $5,000. Otherwise, a bunch of y'all ain't even going to listen to me no more because Denise is gone. I swear half of y'all was just listening to hear Denise. She is more than what you all may think you know of her. I mean, obviously, everybody is more than than what you just see and what you may interact with. Denise is, and I'm not just saying this because she's listening, a spectacular woman. But as a man, you got to be on your P's and Q's to be with her, because when I say Denise has a lot of options, like that whole thing where she says, oh, if a man tells her to stop working, like there are men that are offering to do that for her. I don't want to tell more than she may want me to tell. She's talking about some guy that had a private jet. Let me tell you something. If I meet a woman with a private jet, I might wear a man purse for her. You know what I mean? I might get my toenails painted if that's what I got to do. You know what I mean? I've flown private before. There's no better way to experience travel. I'm just saying. But with women, it's different because if a woman chooses the wrong man, that's disaster, right? If a man chooses the wrong woman, I mean, it can be financial ruin for us. But if a woman chooses the wrong man, she'll die. You know what I mean? So women have got to be a hell of a lot more selective than we do as men folk. I'm scared to look at some of these comments. B. Bruce says DT is quiet personally. Mr. Mahdi says DT very smart, intelligent, strong business lady. Being smart, obviously. Sherwin doesn't need a woman who's experienced in business, because what good does that do? I'm not starting a business with my woman. And what I want from my woman has nothing to do with profits and losses and margins and accounting. Like, it has nothing to do with that. I think that's where a lot of folks get it wrong. So many women think that if they haven't achieved what a man has, that makes her more attractive to men. No, it doesn't. It makes you more attractive to other women. Focus on the stuff that money cannot buy. That's all we're saying. Dagnabbit. Mr. Mahdi says, Mr. Hughes, DT will run circles around you. No, she wouldn't. Denise is sensitive, which I'm sure some of you get that by listening to her. She's not. Now, if you listen to her with Telly, that was different. Her persona when she was doing the morning show with Telly is where I think a lot of you got familiar with her. But I assure you that is not who she is. Denise is one of my absolute bestest friends in the whole world. I can talk to her about anything, and oftentimes I have. She's not what you think. Miles says, don't be a stranger, Butterscotch Barbie. Have a great day. I like that nickname for her. She looked like a Butterscotch Barbie, don't she? All right, Zach, let's give them a chance to win this money so they keep listening to my show.
One call, that's all.
Truth Nation, now is your chance to be our one call, that's all. Gruber $5,000 giveaway entry for the day. That's right, we'll enter you to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Oh, we'll take caller number, let's do call number 6 at 833-212-1017. Call number 6 will be entered to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices and 1017 The Truth. Again, that is 833-212-1017. Call number 6. Remember, if you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. And for official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Call number 6 at 833-212-1017 gets entered to win 5 Gs. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the second annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We're rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the second annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
More of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth is a proud home of Milwaukee Panthers basketball. Panthers basketball is back in action tomorrow night as they come home to take on the Oakland University Golden Grizzlies at the UWM Panther Arena. Scott Wars has the coverage starting at 5:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off is set for 6 o'clock. So I put a poll up on the YouTube asking about affirmative action, which I know is probably way out of context considering what we've been talking about today. But I want you all to be warned that you are going to see a ballot referendum about affirmative action. I want to get into some details about this because I don't think that the people in the state of Wisconsin are going to allow affirmative action policies to remain legal, legitimate, and constitutional. But first, let me give you the backstory. The Wisconsin Assembly advanced a constitutional amendment yesterday that would ban what is known as affirmative action in the state of Wisconsin. The proposal would stop the state from discriminating or giving preferential treatment based on race, sex, women, white women, you too, color, ethnicity, or national origin for employment, contracts, and public education. That means it would apply to Wisconsin public universities and technical colleges. Let me just give you one small example. Let's say in the field of government contracting, because, government doesn't provide every good and every service. They sometimes contract out to private businesses. An example would be the city of Milwaukee has a lot of grass to cut. Think about all the city-owned property, all the municipal buildings, all the fire stations, city hall, Department of Neighborhood Services buildings, like all of the city-owned property, plus all of the boulevards, all of the islands, and all of the vacant lots. Well, the city of Milwaukee doesn't have enough Department of Public Works workers to cut all that grass, so they may contract out to people. I'd imagine in the first 120 or 130 years that this city was officially chartered, they would not give such contracts to African Americans because legally they didn't have to. So now that we have equal protections clauses and a protection of the 14th Amendment, et cetera, and 14th, and affirmative action rather being legitimate and legal, the city of Milwaukee can say, look, for 120 years, we didn't give a single black person a grass cutting contract or a commodities contract or a snow removal contract. So moving forward, let's make sure that at least 5% or 10% of our contractors are of the racial group that we denied for 100 years. Do you guys follow me so far? So if there was demonstrated discrimination against racial groups when it comes to contracting, and this is just one example, I can use the UW system as another example. Let's say the UW system for the first 120 years, it was in existence, said, yeah, we don't want black kids on campus. We don't care what your grades are. We don't care what your class rank is. We're not going to admit any African Americans. Then once we have affirmative action policies and equal protections and protections under the 14th Amendment, the UW system can say, oh, damn, for 120 years, we did not admit or enroll any black kids. Let's make sure in every class, if the kids qualify, we'll have at least 3, 4, 5% African American or minority enrollment because for 120 years we didn't allow any. It's as simple as that. What the Republican legislature is doing is going to put a ballot question, and I don't have the phrasing of the question, but I assure you it's going to be confusing because referendum questions always are, to where if you answer yes, it means no. If you answer no, it's going to mean yes. They're going to declare affirmative action in the state of Wisconsin for those reasons I just listed, plus 1,000 other, or also consider women. Women-owned businesses. Women might own trucking companies, but for many, many years, many, many generations, the city of Milwaukee or Milwaukee County or the state of Wisconsin or the UW system wouldn't contract with a female-owned company. And because it was intentional and on purpose that women didn't get certain contracts because of sexism, affirmative action says, look, because you systematically and intentionally denied women and their companies from getting some of these contracts, now you have to make sure that 1% or 2 or 5 or 10% of the contracts that are let have to go to women-owned companies. That is now going to be made illegal if this amendment fails. The proposal will stop the state from discriminating or giving preferential treatment based on race, sex, color, ethnicity, or national origin for employment, contracts, and public education. Guess what, Jews? That means you too. That means it would apply to Wisconsin's public universities and technical schools. It's part of the national debate over diversity, equity, and inclusion, which we know the Trump administration has completely gotten rid of. Wisconsin Republicans want to add it to the state constitution. The final say will be up to you. To change the Wisconsin Constitution first requires the approval from 2 consecutive legislative sessions that happened in 2023 and 2024 session, and now it comes before the 2025-2026 session, so this current session. The Assembly voted to approve the amendment 54-45 on party lines yesterday, with every single Republican in support and all the Democrats opposed. And next goes to the Wisconsin State Senate, which again is controlled by Republicans. If it passes the Senate, it doesn't go to Governor Evers for his signature. Instead, it goes to the voters in Wisconsin to have the final approval or rejection on the November ballots. Let me just give you some real quick numbers about who the voters are in the state of Wisconsin. There are 544,000 minority voters in the state of Wisconsin. This includes all people of color. Native American, Alaskan, Aleutian, Islander, Latino, Hispanic, Black, multiracial, 544,000, okay? White voters in the state of Wisconsin are 2.86 million. Minority voters in the state of Wisconsin are 16%. This is not raw population. These are registered eligible voters. So 16% of the people would be dramatically impacted by making affirmative action unconstitutional. I need you to follow me now. Of the 16% of minority voters, you're going to have some minorities that are going to vote to overturn affirmative action because there's some minorities that believe it's racist against white people. So even if, and this is not going to be the case, if all 544,000 voters of color that in one way or another benefit from affirmative action, I'm not even including women. Women are half the state. But women are likely more are, in my opinion, more likely to vote on race. So white women would vote to make affirmative action unconstitutional to protect their whiteness than to be able to get opportunities based on their womanhood. So even if all 544,000 racial and ethnic minorities in Wisconsin voted to maintain affirmative action, it would take 1.5 million white people to join them, and that is not going to happen. There is no way that 1.5 million white people are going to vote, because the way it's going to be explained to them, hey, white people, you are not getting into colleges and universities, you're not getting contracts, you're not getting opportunities because of affirmative action policies. There will be television commercials, I'm sure, to try and spin it, like make sure you vote no on the referendum because these illegal immigrants are coming over here and taking all of your benefits. They're going to lie to the Wisconsin public to get you to vote to overturn affirmative action. And here's why I know for an absolute fact it will get overturned. Because not only will the 16% of racial and ethnic minorities not all vote in the same way to maintain affirmative action, we're not going to get half of the white population in the state of Wisconsin to vote to maintain affirmative action. Actual voters rather than potential voters, the most recent exit poll data from 2024, Wisconsin general election gives a snapshot of the electorate that actually cast ballots. In the state of Wisconsin, 84% of every single ballot cast is cast by a white person. Minority voters, which combines Black, Hispanic, and other non-white groups, are 16%. If we apply this to the number of citizens who cast ballots in the largest election we've had to date, which was the 2024 presidential election, that's 3.4 million ballots cast, and that breaks down to minority voters at 16%, 544,000 people. White voters at 84%, 2,860,000 people. It would take roughly half of white voters to agree that affirmative action should stay, even though affirmative action is a policy that makes sure that people of color and women are provided opportunities that were historically denied to them. It is likely going to fail. So if you go to our YouTube page, go to youtube.com or open up your YouTube app from your smartphone or other mobile device, search 1017 The Truth, and of course hit subscribe. You'll be able to vote in our poll. So apparently the listeners of this program do not believe that affirmative action should be banned in Wisconsin, with 105 votes cast. 15% of you, I'm wondering who you 15% are, but 15% of you say that affirmative action should be banned in Wisconsin, while 85% of you say no, it should not. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations, where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The City Conference was rocking last Saturday at the Al McGuire Center on the campus of Marquette University as the City Review delivered non-stop hoops action like it always does. On the boys' side, the Milwaukee Juno Pioneers stayed on fire as they defeated the Carmen Northwest Eagles 90-63, led by their junior sensation, Dooney Johnson. With that win, the Pioneers have won 9 of their last 10 games and look to continue on as they try to win a City Conference title. Now on to the girls' side, where they brought the intensity to the City Review as well as the Golda Meir Owls locked down the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats for a 50-37 victory.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update. It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Got another one here for you. Find this interesting. I wanted to talk about this while Denise was here, but Denise is distracting. Men that have completely opposite political views are more tolerant of one another than women that are on the same side of the political spectrum. This one comes from eternallyradicalidea.com. It says, suppose you're a controversial left-wing speaker. Who do you think would be more likely to let you voice your opinions on a campus? A slightly conservative man or a democratic socialist woman? Now suppose you're a controversial right-wing speaker. Who do you think would be more likely to let you voice your opinions on campus? A slightly liberal man or somewhat conservative woman? It may seem obvious that regardless of gender, someone with a similar ideology would be more tolerant of your views. But recent data gathered by FIRE suggests that that's not always the case. And so FIRE is a polling organization. Amazingly, it turns out that men are more tolerant of the opposite side than women are of their own. The data comes from FIRE's annual college free speech rankings, which is designed to gauge the state of free speech on American college campuses, as well as student attitudes toward free speech. This includes gauging students' feelings toward allowing various hypothetical speakers on campus, which gets broken down by various characteristics. When evaluating the data based on gender, some shocking trends arise. Men are, on average, significantly more tolerant and less censorious than women. By contrast, while political affiliation makes people biased towards speakers on their side, it affects their overall willingness to let speakers speak, regardless of their ideology, very little. However, regardless of party or ideology, men are significantly more tolerant than women, so much so that the gender difference dominates the ideology difference. This effect is even more acute in the extremes. Men are 3.5 times more likely than women to be perfectly tolerant of opposing views, meaning they would definitely allow any campus speakers, including those with whom they disagree. I'm going to give you an example right here from 1017 The Truth. I don't know if my political viewpoints could be more opposite than that of our late afternoon shows, our afternoon shows and late afternoon shows. I don't know if we could be more opposite, even on issues that you would think are pretty obvious. Yet it's extremely rare that Dr. Ken and I, well, that's a little different. Tori and I leave each other alone. I know where Tori is politically. He knows where I am. In fact, when I get together with Tori, we don't even talk about politics. I am tolerant of his political views because those are my views. They belong to him. He grew up different than me. He's got different perspectives, and I actually respect that. Same with Dr. Ken. He is on a lot of the issues when it comes to Democrats is on the opposite end of the spectrum. If he and I disagree, it's on something like law enforcement and policing. And I can qualify and quantify why I may take issue with modern day policing, because for some damn reason, it's weird because nobody's speaking up about it. The police are, no matter what, are 2.8 times more likely to kill somebody black. And no, it ain't just white cops. So I'm going to have a thorough, in-depth, and critical conversation about the police because we are paying for them. And so if I want to be critical of the police, because somebody got to explain why almost 3 times more black people are being killed by the police than any other race, I think that is a worthy conversation to have, because black people a lot of times are financing their own death with our tax dollars that pay for the police. They're supposed to protect us. I have no blind allegiance to law enforcement, and I question anybody that does. But it's interesting because we can't figure out who the bad cops are, because whenever you talk about policing, especially to a current or former cop, they defend each other almost blindly. But then they'll say some stuff like, well, if they broke the law, they need to go to jail. You think that ICE cop is going to go to jail? They won't even let the state of Minnesota investigate Renee Good's murder because they may find fault with the ICE officer. And for someone to say, well, let's just let the investigation take place. Okay, you can say that, but then let all investigating agencies do their work so we can somehow arrive at the truth. So Dr. Ken and I and others that support law enforcement blindly, and I'm not saying he supports it blindly, but there's too much defense of an institution that kills more black people. But at the same time, he's got his opinions. I've got my opinions, right? I just find it so fascinating that women who are on the same side of the aisle politically oftentimes disagree with men who have the complete, total opposite views. But I just think part of it comes down to there's a level of respect that I think that men have for one another, which is shrouded in the fact that when men disagree, we kill each other. And so we've got to pick and choose our battles with other men very, very, very carefully. Very carefully. And a lot of times it's not worth it to engage with another man who may take the argument or the disagreement to the absolute extremes, and you just go on and live your life and let them have their different opinion instead of getting into it with them. This one comes from levelman.com. State-sanctioned violence against black people and other racial minorities is often dismissed as inconsequential. This, in turn, creates an environment where no one is safe. Last October, for instance, ICE officials in Chicago raided an apartment building under the cover of night, some arriving by Black Hawk helicopters, while authorities claimed to be targeting immigrants who were seeking asylum. Doing so in the predominantly black South Shore neighborhood led officers to storm into the homes of black citizens in the middle of the night, placing even small black children in zip ties. Nadine Milan, a communication strategist, noticed racial profiling and discrimination make black and brown people targets for anti-immigration police stops, detention, and deportation. Of course, officers cannot determine whether someone is an immigrant or a citizen on site alone. Some Americans are just waking up to the idea that law enforcement officers can harm citizens without being held accountable. But we must also reckon with the fact the only reason this seems new to some people is that they overlook the injustices black people routinely endure at the hands of the police. So I'm saying all this, I'm quoting this article, that I may have serious issues with how policing is executed in modern America. And someone may have an opposite opinion. Some people may think, well, black people deserve to get killed by the police more often because black people are just worse human beings. But also can look at statistics in aggregate. It's weird that African Americans are 2.8 times more likely to be killed by the police. And for some reason, black children are underperforming in reading comprehension, and math, and are graduating from high school at a lower rate. So what you're telling me is, in America, that black people deserve to be killed by the police more often, and black kids are just stupider. Back to the article. One of the most common metrics of demonstrating the persistent problem of systemic racism is statistics that reveal disparate treatment. For example, black people are 2.8 times more likely to be killed by police than whites in this country, according to the Mapping Police Violence Database. In some states, the difference between the two groups is as severe as night and day, such as police killing black people at 15 times the rate in Washington, D.C., 9.3 times the rate in Wyoming, and 6.4 times the rate in Illinois, 5.1% or 5.1 times the rate in New York, and 4.4 times the rate in Minnesota, the state in which an ICE officer shot and killed Renee Good a little more than 5 years ago, and only blocks away from the Renee Good tragedy, a Minneapolis officer named Derek Chauvin killed George Floyd, a 46-year-old black man. It's weird that nobody really knows why that is, just like I guarantee it. 15 years from now, which will put us in the year 2041, nobody's going to know who voted for Trump, because all of the Trump supporters right now are going to disappear and vanish, or nobody's going to admit to it. I guarantee this. No one is going to admit to voting for the man that is likely going to attack Greenland and ruin our allyship with NATO. No one is going to admit to it. Just like when I talk about policing, and I don't care who gets offended, somebody has to explain why black people are 15 times more likely to be killed in Washington, D.C., and 9.3 times more likely to be killed in Wyoming. Is it because black people are just worse human beings in those places? No, somebody has to explain it. And so if I take issue with policing, I actually have numbers and data and statistics to back it up. Thank you, Denise Thomas, for stopping by, and thank all of you for listening. I'm going to go take care of this voice, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out.